Greetings, it's Dawn Sly. I'm at Rooster's Blues Jam, Max Nightclub in Eugene, Oregon. It's apparently the place to be. Getting ready to play saxophone. Not sure which mouthpiece tonight.
Don't worry, I'm gonna come around you and then put it behind.
Can you get through? Sounded really good.
Thank you. Yay. You know.
That's why we do it, to try to get those comments. Okay, that's good, that's good. I like it.
I got some food to eat. Gonna be around for a while.
Karendio sama grandioran, le caratro sama ne radiarandro. Aba rendio sama giria randiara. Ariandrandiara.
Thank you.
Thanks, Barry. And your name is? Thank you. Thank you. So you are.
Randosa. I'm switching mouthpieces. That's the original one that came with this horn. And this one is not.
Yeah. What's up with that cable? Did that cable end up working or not working? Like, no trick? Well, I didn't have to use it tonight. It's still in the same place. You know what? It's in the back of my car. I give it to you. I think what somebody may have done. I did. It didn't work, so I rearranged it. Something like that. Yeah. It's called novice.
Hey Bob, I guess it's. Which mic are you on?
This one.
Yeah.
That one seems like it's set up for saxophone because it's not real long.
It's not real high.
You throw that bell close to that thing and you hold on that thing. That's all you do. Where do you want it? What you do is just shorten up the move. Shorten up the move. Here. What? Broken E string. I don't know what to do by myself.
Just come on up.
I'll do something.
Get that emptied out and get you set up here.
I have my sax stand.
No, someone needs to use
I'll
it.
watch it. So
And I'm playing next set anyway.
yeah, I'm gonna go home and get playing the set. You go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
want the chair for you, or you gonna?
No, I,
An electric guitar.
It's a jam, so we don't know what's happening. There's the people playing.
That thing have a natural robot. Good to go. Did you buy
yeah, that's a nice amp. I like it.
if you feel like you want to provide
Not everybody is here. Well, is Chris supposed to be up here? Who? Chris Stone? He busted a spring, so he'll be back on the next song. Hello, Chris. Who else? We don't have a key. We don't have
1, 2, 3.
no keys. Why not? I guess we can start because we're in. See the list, please? List? May I see the list, please? Just looking to see if we're missing anybody. Sure, yeah. What's it say there on set 2? Write your name up top. Yeah. Oh, I'll do what I play.
All right. All righty then.
Skip? I think that guy just signed up for this set. This guy here. The guy up here. He signed up for next set. Oh, for next set?
All right. Is this all of us here?
Maybe you're singing.
All right. I guess I'm singing.
So what are we doing?
We're doing key of D, 12 bar, like
Chevrolet. Well, I don't care what model, as long as it takes me away. When I'm going down the road with a heavy heart, man, I'm trying to find lightness, baby, in the dark. And I'm trying to live my life. I'm just trying to be satisfied. Well, my head's in the city, but my heart's in the countryside. Go ahead, saxophone. Well, I'm going down the road with a heavy heart. Trying to find lightness, baby, in the dark. And I'm trying to live my life. I'm just trying to be satisfied. Well, my head's in the city, but my heart's in the countryside. Well, my head's in the city, but my heart's in the countryside. Okay, that's a little Lucinda Williams for you.
Oh, you got it, Mike. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool. Doesn't sound good.
Alrighty, here we go. We're getting it together. I want to thank very much Jameson for loaning me his rig here. We're going to do a minor.
D dog minor.
It's a rumba. baby bought a ticket, long as my ride on. My baby bought a ticket, long as my ride on. Say ain't gonna go, I was doing you wrong. Well, who's been talking? Telling all those things I do. Yeah, who's been talking? Telling all those things I do. Well, you, my baby, I'm gonna hate to lose. Yeah, a little muddy waters here for you. Okay. No, that was Helen Moore, sorry. So sorry. Well, my name is Mitzi Cowell. I'm visiting from Tucson, Arizona. My sister lives up here, so. Y'all got some great musicians up here. It's really nice to be here, and a lot cooler, except last week, I think.
I'll switch horns for it. I'll switch horns for it.
Put your head down, baby. Let's have a natural ball. Let your head down, baby. Let's have a natural ball. Now you can't let your hair down. You can't have no fun at all. No, you can't take it with you. Well, that's one thing for sure. No, you can't take it with you. Well, that's one thing for sure. Ain't living in the world. A little T-bone sure won't cure. Yeah, you got something, baby. It's worrying the heck out of me. I think it looks like a Leslie to me.
Hello. Check. Hey, we got one more singer, if that's okay. Camden, are you ready to come up and sing? Camden? Yeah? Awesome.
Oh, right. Okay.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much of love drives a man insane. I break my wheel, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I liked the love cause I thought it was funny. You came along and wooed me, honey. I changed my mind, this love is fine. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Kiss me, baby. Woo! Feels good. Hold me, baby. Well, I want to love you like I love you should. You're fine, so kind. Got to tell this world that you're mine, 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 mine. I do my nails and I twiddle my tongue. I'm real nervous, but it sure is fun. Come on, baby, drive me crazy. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Yeah, thank you.
I looked it up and there's like 5 different names.
Some gross, nasty keys there.
Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You done started back doing them things you used to do. Guys motivating over the hill, oh, Maybelline in the coupe hill. Cadillac rolling on the open road, nothing I'm running my V8 Cadillac doing about 95, we bumping the bump, rolling side to side. Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You done started back doing them things you used to do. Cadillac pulled up to 104, Ford got high, wouldn't do no more. Then it got cloudy and started to rain. I threw my horn for the passing lane. Rain was blowing all under my hood. I knew that was doing my motor good. Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You done started back doing them things you used to do. Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You done started back doing them things you used to do. Both went down, he went down, that's when I heard that highway sound. Cadillac looking like a turn of lead, 110 half a mile ahead. Cadillac looking like sitting still, and I caught Maybelline on the top of the hill. Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You done started back doing them things you used to do.
That's you, yep.
Avery!
Avery, no way.
Yes, way!
No way.
Way!
No way.
Sadly, we're out of time on this set. Thank you, Camden. And thanks to all the players who came up on this set. Right on. Listen, next week we're honoring the memory of Marty Hertz. So stay tuned for that next week. A wonderful celebration of life for Marty Hertz next Tuesday. Set 3 coming at you here.
Those are some terrible keys.
Set 3, we're looking at Aaron Daniels, Jameson, Scott Benedict, Blue Owens.
If I play more, the keys better be better than those. Oh, some nasty keys.
Yes. Is this yours?
No, it's not mine. It looks like it says Rowan on it. How are you doing?
All right, how are you doing?
Good. Jam it. Oh, you're waving? Okay, I was like, yes, say hi. I'll get some of you. Are you playing the sextet? Okay, it's been like almost a year since I've been here. That was a terrible set. Those keys were not meant for my saxophone. You want, yeah, you're welcome to look at it.
Oh, that's the real thing. Naked lady and all.
It is, yeah.
I'm selling one of those right now.
Are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, I want to get an alto for the train.
I still have to learn a few fucking keys in it because I'm used to alto.
I know.
It's
But
just,
this is easier transposition.
yeah. I used to play tenor in school because they needed one, so.
Yeah. I used to play French horn.
Nice.
They hated me. They must have hated me or they never would have made me.
They wouldn't have made you do that, huh? Sometimes they need stuff. In jazz band, I could play my alto.
Excuse me. Could I speak to you for a couple minutes?
Certainly. Yeah.
I'm George Bowie. And I teach and I coach and I do a bunch of stuff. Would you like to sound better?
I usually sound a lot better. Those keys were awful for me. They were really a hard challenge for me. I get regular keys are much better, and I haven't played very regularly.
Well, so these are sharp keys you're going to get here.
Yeah.
But if you want to take a couple lessons, about 2 lessons, and they can have you sound
I play shitty. I play a lot better than I sound tonight, but I'm always open to feedback.
Oops, if you think about it. Jeez.
I've never played any of those songs before.
There you go. So, I mean, I don't, not being offensive or anything, but really, just a couple things in there.
I didn't feel really good about it at all. I've been in my car for a month now because I got chased out of my home and I'm just feeling like shit. So, but I haven't been here for a year.
From where?
I'm from Crestwell. I grew up in Crestwell. I played in Mr. Graves' band.
You're up in Anchorage.
Okay. Yeah.
Been a while.
We went there for track and field.
Do you know the blues?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. Just run it over
I'm
and
also,
over. You'll have it.
I just bought a tenor and I haven't played tenor for very long. And so I shouldn't switch back and forth until I get used to it. I have nice ones. I just need to play and I need to not be stressed because I have PTSD.
Great job.
Thank you. It'll be better next time. Those were some really nasty
It was
ones.
good.
Really hard keys.
Anyway,
I have a
thanks.
trombone in my car too.
Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So do you play here?
I come in, I just play. I come in once in a while.
That's awesome. I look forward to getting back into playing again.
It's fun.
Maybe check with my dog out.
Oh, yeah. It's not too hot.
Hey, you too. Oh, that was kind of some gross keys. I didn't like the keys, but there's some really bad keys. Hard keys for me. There were some hard keys for me. I was waiting for a C or a E or something.
Well, you know, well, it was that those like they caught me on my surprise. It was like, what the? This is not blues. This is something else.
It was not. It was kind of it was a mess. I was a mess, but I got through.
Well, we kind of made it through.
We made it
And we
through.
mucked it
It didn't make anybody get up and leave.
People were
but
still dancing, so that's all.
I'm gonna take one horn to my car. I have a dog out there. I don't know if
A
anybody's
dog?
smoking weed, but I've got my dog Bella. I don't know if you've ever met Bella.
Bella.
I don't think you've ever seen Bella.
No, never seen
She's a black lab and she's 11.
11-year-old black lab.
Yes. She's living in the back seat of my car
When did
because
you get her? 11 years ago, or
when I was
recently?
right before I turned 40, 11 years ago, 10 and a half years ago. I've heard that my house is going to auction on Friday. But
Your house is going to auction?
yeah, they chased me out on June 4th. 4 police came and I have what's in my car, so I'm back to being in my car. But I have money, but I'm not gonna move my shit until they sell my house. You know, a year ago I consolidated 2 loans and dropped the interest rate and said like it's way cheap to live there and somebody thinks they can live there instead of me. The sheriff lives at the head of my lane. He's a family friend, not of mine, but my dad. I don't know if there's going to be another set or not, but I was glad that one was done. I did file I mailed all my taxes back to 2017.
I just wanted to fucking check this today because, oh, wait a minute. The lights working now. Okay, now it's off. Okay, now so 1, 2, 3. Okay, now it's off. Now which one? Right.
What are you doing? Getting earbuds going? Oh, hearing aids. That's good, Bob.
Yeah, I think.
Hearing is good.
Let's hope so. Oh shit, it works.
Now you might
It
listen
wasn't
to
working
me.
for the longest time because it was all fucked up.
Bob plays harmonica. He is a good jam buddy. We always go get high in between. This is Bella. Oh! Say hi to Bob, Bella. There's somebody dropped like a quarter of a chicken over in the alley, and she's in love with going there.
I got some chicken over my truck. Maybe I'll get you some.
She said, I'll be your friend forever. Oh, get out of the road, doggy, or let's go.
Well, I got some used spot that I'm smoking at the job.
Well, how about after I walk her around, I come meet you at your truck? Or wherever. Karandio sa karatio mandra karato. Orandio rani karandio ratno harandio ratio sabakia randio rat. Agariati randio samana karatio. Harandio sabakia ratio ratio mandra karara. If you just listen to that video, it sounds like I don't really know what I'm doing when I play horn. Kinda. But those were some gross songs for horn. But I'll have to practice a little bit on those weird keys. Usually in blues you play like E and C. D happens, A happens, but D minor, not so much. B flat happens. I tried to play a B flat instrument in B flat, and I haven't done that in a long time, and it didn't go very well. So there's my critique of saxophone playing. My mouth could be in better shape. I live in my car. I've lived in my car since June 4th. I went to court yesterday on restraining orders that I was told were dropped. But I think it was really just a way to get me into the courtroom with some people. I've had some restraining orders granted, and people think that they're against me because there's more than one. And there's that fucking chicken. Watch this. Chicken. She wants the chicken. There's a black chicken. No, chicken. There's yellow jackets on it. No chicken. She remembers this chicken. I can't get into any shelter. I've paid for some hotels, but they're really, really expensive right now, even at Motel 6. And I'm paying my mortgage and my utilities while I don't live there right now, because if I cut stuff off, somebody else will sign up and act like they live there now. So somebody's sitting in there spending federal LIHEAP funds. I'm poor enough to get something called LIHEAP, which is energy assistance for poor people. It looks like I made a bunch of money if you just look at my Social Security income. I'm on disability. I didn't work for 3 years, so, like, I made zero, like, 4 years ago and 5 years ago, and I made, like, $5,000 the next year, and a couple years ago I made maybe $4,000 delivering food and shit, and I have my license. I haven't lost anything, other than I can't do social work where I used to make a lot of money, minimum of $50 an hour, but more usually like 80% of $170 an hour. So I made zero for a few years, and I got like a $60,000 lump sum. Well, it was more like a $45,000 lump sum a couple years ago, and people thought that meant I went back to work, and it just meant that I got 3 years worth of disability payments at once. I had to be off work and then they denied my disability, and then I've represented myself on an appeal and won. And so I lived in my car for 2.5 years. I remembered being sexually abused when I was really young, about 6 years ago. The same time my ex-girlfriend, we had been together for 17 years, got diagnosed with dementia and was found to be mentally unfit. And she started accusing me of being aggressive towards her and trying to file restraining order against me. And so I had to move in with my parents, who had me there for about 1.5 years until I told them, I kept remembering sex abuse stuff, and they thought that it was going to get them in trouble, and it wasn't anything really I directly remembered about them. It was more like people that they let me be around because they didn't watch me very good. I had a bunch of stuff happen because of that, and they've got my 8-year-old daughter now and haven't let me see her for 2 years. And I'm very, very worried about it because I don't think that they are going to be capable of watching her properly. And one of the big reasons that they stopped letting me see her is because I was educating her about what to do if people were going to try to touch her, molest her. Because a lot of people shy away from that because they just don't want to think about it. But it happens. It happens about in 1 in 4 girls that they report. It's like 25% of our girls are molested, and if you bring it up, people are just like, don't talk about that. And I've been accused of being a molester. People thought I lost my social work license at some medical labs. When I was not in the course of duty of work and while I was not practicing in social work, I did some weird shit because I have complex PTSD, and I wandered and I got lost in the woods for a while, and I broke my tailbone and my back and shattered my pelvis and got shot in the ass. And I died and came back, and I was gone for a while and scratched up from head to toe. And my family didn't believe me and responded by locking me in a mental institute, a hospital, 6 years ago for 2 weeks that got extended to 4 weeks. And so I reported that to my licensing board, and about 2 years later, in 2017, I was sexually assaulted by my dad's business partner and my sister's boyfriend, and nobody believed me. And when I started trying to report it to the police, they went for an exam after the ambulance came to get me, and they raped me on there. My rapists are the first responders. And whether they're actually the first responders or there's people dressed as first responders, in my mind, they're first responders, regardless of if that's their actual job or not. And so when I see any type of first responders, whether they're plainclothes or in uniform, I don't really like them. And it's not because of what they've done specifically, it's what's been done to me. And when I see their uniforms, it makes me think of bad people that just do what they want because they have guns and handcuffs. I've been forcibly handcuffed 5 or 6 times. I've never been arrested. My arrest record's clean. They tossed me in during the rape exam. I pushed the doctor back with my foot. It was a male doctor they had me examined by using a speculum. Not exactly your best practice when you're doing that kind of exam, a forensic exam. And so I pushed him back with my foot and got locked up and hauled to a hospital for another 2 weeks, where I got sexually assaulted multiple times there. They acted like it was some sort of experiment or some shit, I don't know. But since then they've tried to get me to go to the state hospital and get committed. Somebody has a problem with thinking they're Jesus and God, and it's not me. They also thought that I was that kind of person that claims that they're a mental health therapist and really don't know. The first time I was hospitalized, I wrote my own discharge treatment plan. It's in my words and it's in my writing and my style because nobody there knew how to do it. So, none of that stuff. I'm one of the few people that have filled out this form that says you can't be committed. You can't really be put into any type of treatment other than what you say, unless there's a couple MDs involved and some serious shit happening. I pre-signed that form and filed it with the state and with my counseling Center for Family Development here in Eugene, Oregon. Been going there for 4 years. Can't necessarily say it's been the most effective treatment. I've had 2 different therapists. I have not practiced for, the last time I gave a training was in, I think, March 2017. And I don't really ever want to fucking do social work ever again. I don't really care. I could give a shit less. I didn't lose my license. I just didn't pay for it because it's hundreds of dollars and I can't keep up the stuff when I'm like living in my car. So it's hard for people to take you seriously when you roll out of the bushes and get freshened up in a handicap fucking outhouse. So, you know, I've specialized in delivering shit to people with a broken back and done quite a good job. I've worked for Instacart and I have Amazon Flex now. I've done Uber, but my car is too fucking old. It's a 2000 and they just won't allow me to deliver people in it. So I can deliver fast food bags. That's what I can do. I make about $19.99 a month on disability and widow's benefits. I'm 50. I'm in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy. I'm really, really undernourished and dehydrated. And I've been living in my car because somebody else is running around using the results from my tests to get themselves benefits that they otherwise couldn't have. Somebody lost their job and so they need OHP plus, and if they can pretend that it's me. It's worked very nicely because there's 2 insurance companies here, and there used to be just one that managed poor people insurance. So somebody had the brilliant idea that each and every county should have a different entity manage a state funded poor person's insurance program. And so there's all these different companies, and here it's Trillium, and they're a for-profit entity. They like to make money off of you. And there's Pacific Source, which I don't know if they're nonprofit or for-profit, but they're a little bit nicer, and they tend to get things paid for better. But they have 2 separate sets for me, one all under Trillium and one all under Pacific Source, and they toggle back and forth, and one of them set up like I'm a man, like I'm getting morphine and all these pain patches and Viagra, and one of them set up like I'm a pregnant woman. And I've had all sorts of exams and ultrasounds that I've never seen because they say that I am so mentally out there that I need to be drugged before they go through the procedures with me to make it comfortable for other people. And so they can play with my nether regions and take pictures and act as if that's something that I want to share with other people. I've told a couple stories, and sometimes they revolve around buttholes because a lot of the people who are into fooling around at my home and the neighbor's house and renting out close by things are really into rectal play. It's a lot of men that I don't think... I've never really met a woman that's into rectal play, but I probably would not... I would probably know... I would probably shy away from such. I think that's really... I can understand why gay men do it because there's not another hole. But honestly, I only talk about it because I'm kind of making fun of people that are proctorally exploring that and not really out about it, but they're filming themselves and showing everybody, and people think it's a party that I'm having, and I just happen to be sleeping in the next room. So I don't know exactly what's going down with that, but it is going to eventually come up with a price tag and be a check that needs to be sent to me. So I signed up my girlfriend who lives in New York for a medical marijuana caregiver card for me, and somebody here took it and are assuming her identity, and they think that it means they have rights to my grow room, and they think that it means they have rights to hold as much marijuana as a medical patient, and it does not mean either. In fact, they can have as much marijuana as a recreational person, and and they don't have any rights at all. Any type of rights to the grow room. None. The only way you can grow at a residence without reporting and having costs involved is to own the home. So I own the home, and somebody is trying to take over my 6 medical marijuana plants and add 4 more, like there's somebody else living there. I didn't authorize any of them. So they've either killed my plants or they're growing plants without my permission, and either way it's really, really wrong. They chased me out and killed a crop. So apparently they're telling me that house auction is Friday. I've paid my property taxes. I've paid my homeowner's insurance for the next year. There's no case number involved at all with the eviction. You know, nobody's giving evictions, but they kicked me out. And so there's no case number. They think that I trespassed, but there's no case number for them to they would love to come pick me up for taking a man's signs off my house that I had a restraining order against. But they can't because there's no case number, and it's just highlighting the fact that they ran me off. And it's kind of funny because they're people that are used to getting their way, and they don't really realize everybody knows what's going on. It's a very small town here, and I talked to the key people, you know, like the dog groomer and the librarians and other people like that in Cresswell. It just takes a couple people like that to get the word around. So the sheriff's son is down there because he's been on arrest, and he has an ankle bracelet, and he got released to that house. And they're pretending like it's next door because I have a legal marijuana grow at my house, and you can't release somebody with a ankle bracelet to a medical marijuana grow. And so they're using the neighbor's address and using some of my money to fund that, and it's gotten things really mixed up. And I did serve and file for my case that I went to Clackamas County yesterday, and they thought that I didn't bring anything to case at the court at all. But while the case is happening, the judge at when they went ahead and made things public by linking it to public cases, so then you could see who I had restraining orders against and avoid their business. It opened all of that stuff up, and they thought it would really hurt me, and it makes them look really dumb. And I legally tied their hands behind their back in a way that nobody's going to be able to sell the house for a really long time. A really long time. And the Native Americans have gotten involved because I'm Native American, and they're running me off. The white folks are running me off. It was owned by Native Americans before the white folks came and took it. But, so, you know, there's protests, there's things happening, there's people camping down by the river. My family apparently is in Italy, and they thought that the little boy's sheriff's son would be giving me the key to come take care of their dog that's dead because nobody came to feed it. So I hope it was worth the $20,000 that you used on my second home loan to make it look like I'm running money out of my account. I didn't certainly do it, but somebody I had a restraining order against. You're in the wrong place. My saxophone might have sucked, but my Italian still rocks.